Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Happy Friday. I hope your guys' week has been going well. Today's prompt is going to be kind of quite the opposite of Wednesday's prompt, which was fast and free. Today, the prompt is going to be slow and steady. So for those of you that know the tale of the rabbit and the tortoise, or the tortoise and the hare, you know that slow and steady wins the race. So we're going to kind of take that logic into consideration, and we are going to draw our tortoise winning the race, and then we're going to talk about ways in our life that we take our time and that we act in a slow and steady manner. Okay, so as per usual, you're going to need paper, pencil, eraser, coloring materials, and that should have you ready to go. So grab what you need and then we'll get started. Alright, so we're going to start by drawing our tortoise. And this is the picture that I'm kind of going off of when we draw it, just so that you guys have an idea. But by all means, take your own creative freedom and draw your tortoise however you like. We will do this step by step, but again, take whatever instructions you want and leave the ones that you don't, totally up to you. Okay, so we are going to start off by drawing the shell of the tortoise. I think that will be the easiest way to start. And so we want to do just kind of the general shape, which is kind of like this. So the shell of our tortoise is not quite parallel. It's not quite straight across. It's kind of tilted upwards, as you can see. So it's got like a little curve up, and then it curves back. So go ahead and draw kind of the general shape of the shell, and then we'll continue from there. I'll make it a little bit darker so it's easier to see. Okay, once we have the general shape, we're going to add a little bit of the texture to the shell. So I'm drawing a line kind of consistent with the bottom line there. And I'm just going to add, like, make these into little square sections. Something like that. And then along here, we're going to do it one more time. Add kind of square parts. This just kind of creates the texture of the shell. And then the ones up top can be a little more abstract. They don't have to be perfect squares. And same with the one at the top, it just kind of fills the space. Something along that line. Once we've got the shell done, we're gonna go to the neck. So it's gonna come just a little bit down the top of the shell, and it's gonna kind of stretch out this way. And you can decide how long you want it to be, play around with it. Okay, so it's kind of, the neck is coming out and up, and then it's gonna round off for the head. I will do my very best to draw this upside down. The front of the nose of your tortoise is pretty square, and then it's going to come back for the mouth, out, and then round off like that. You can give him whatever shape eyeball you like. And a little nostril. Something along those lines. You can give him some neck wrinkles, maybe some eye wrinkles. So next up, we're gonna add an arm coming off of here, kind of moving forward. So it's gonna come this way. And they have pretty kind of thick feet. So you can give them a couple claws at the bottom. Again, round it off. And then it can come right back up to the shell because this is his outside arm. Something like that. Now we're gonna add the belly. So the belly is going to come a little bit from the arm, and it's going to attach somewhere up here, up to the shell. And we're gonna add some lines like that. Then we're gonna add the back or the other side arm. So it's gonna be a little bit shorter here because it's on the other side. Same, you can give it a few claws and back. And then we're gonna add our back foot, which is gonna go backwards this way. Kind of like that. Same with this one. And then it's gonna kind of curve around. Like that. And same with the back foot on the other side. You can just do a few of its claws. Something like that. And then we need to add a tail. It can come right off the back leg. And the tail isn't too long. You can give it a few spots if you like. Something along that lines. You can give him a few markings, make him exactly how you want him to be. All right, so you've got your tortoise done. Now we are going to add a finish line to the picture so that we can see that Slow and Steady wins the race. So decide kind of where on your page you want the finish line to be. Mine will probably be somewhere over top of the head. So think about that, and then we will add that in. Okay, so finish line can look many different ways. I usually like to have a banner in the top part that will say finish, and then the bottom parts can just be poles. Something along that line. You can write finish. You can write winner. You can write whatever you like. You can have a piece of tape going across the middle to show that he's the first one to cross it. Again, however you want to represent your tortoise crossing the finish line. And then you can also add the pathway that he's on. and any shrubbery around the side. This part is kind of your own, so do with it as you please. And there you go. You've got your tortoise crossing your finish line. Something like that. So I'm going to give you a bit of time to color your tortoise, your finish line, any extra stuff that you want to add in there. And then we will come back and we will talk about some things in our life that we do to do things slow and steady and help us in the long run. Okay, so you've got your finished tortoise finishing the race in first place because he went slow and steady. I want you to think about things in your life that you do or have done in this sort of fashion, so slow and steady, and you do them so that you do things right and you don't have to go back and fix them. So it works out better for you in the long run. So think about things that you do slow and steady, whether that be taking your time, having patience, setting realistic goals, not procrastinating, that kind of stuff. Things that make you work slower, but at a better pace in your life. Think about those things, what examples might be, and then you can go ahead and write those examples on your page. Yeah, okay, so think about what those things might be and write them down, and then we'll come back. All right, and there you have it. So as I was saying, as my examples before, some of the things that I wrote down, ways that I am slow and steady in my own life. Time management is super helpful. Taking your time, having patience, double checking your work, listening to your body, setting realistic goals. So those are some of the things that I wrote. Where I work slower, but my work is better and I don't have to go back and it ends up saving me time. And yeah, so those are my examples. The main takeaway for today's prompt is faster is not always better. We want to make sure that we don't rush things or expect things to happen in an unrealistic amount of time. So going slow and steady is often better and more realistic, and it helps us achieve things with better results. So yeah, that is today's prompt for you. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you had any questions. And I will see you guys again on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend.